showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as we celebrate the latest edition of the Pro Bowl. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game between our visitors. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack, and he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
Oh, an absolutely filthy joke. He's got some space now. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup at 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, it's Barber. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle they go with Barber. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Barber running right. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They'll try it now with Barber. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. That's complete to Ward. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here we go.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one 28 yards on the ground. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On a jet sweep, this is Johnson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Manning. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They're running. Tomlinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips? Gain leverage.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
The AFC out to kick off as they send this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now we get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Here's Favre to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Manning going to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back to it, got that omelet, and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense for the NFC back out there. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barber. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 47 yards rushing for him in this first quarter. And I think it's safe to say he's enjoying running behind this Pro Bowl offensive line. First down, they go with Barber again. And he stopped immediately there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And they go play action with Favre. Over the middle, catch made by Driver. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, Favre. That one complete to Driver. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Barber, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To throw is Favre. And this is going to be intercepted.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they pick.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and it's scooped up by the NFC. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A run up the middle with Barber. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Favre. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
And his kick is indeed good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them.
He's got a man, complete! And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Manning. Wide open. That's Clark. They lost him. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback, touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception. Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. The AFC out to kick it away as they send this one in the air. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, it's Favre. He finds Bolden. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 34.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Holt. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. It's complete to his big target, Crumpler. Touchdown! A great play there. 27 yards. And the NFC able to get a bit closer.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it makes the score 21-10. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one. The AFC going to get the football here late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Throwing on 2nd and long. Madden under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now Brown. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10. The NFC takes possession here late in this first half. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for our home team, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken success. Throwing on first down is Manning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Manning. Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
A give up the middle to Tomlinson. Yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's James. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Side that's complete to Clark. And he's going to get this down near the 25. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Madden. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call, and he's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because...
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Play action. Manning. Buying time to his left. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And fortunately, one of his AFC teammates able to fall on it as they will hold on to possession. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Manning. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion. Very precise.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. The AFC out to kick off as they send this one away. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the 2nd half. They'll throw on 1st down with Favre. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Favre. Throw caught there by Crumpler. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. And the NFC punt team out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throw left side complete. That's Ward.
ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Manning now on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away. And this one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. It's NFC football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. 1st and 10, it's Favre. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. They'll run the draw with Barber. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Favre. The reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Favre. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. On 2nd down, Favre. Got it. And he lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ward. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They run it with James. Bulldozes past him. Room here to run. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for the AFC. 41 yards. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The AFC thus far on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. James. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On 2nd and goal, Manning. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Manning now on 3rd and goal. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The AFC out to kick it away as they send this one in the air.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively.
And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Favre to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Off the play fake, here's Favre.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Holt. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the NFC going to take a timeout there 2nd as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown! A big play there. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be secured by the AFC. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault him for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On the ground, it's James. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Clark. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Manning looking to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, Manning. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Manning again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.